Have you ever noticed something painful? People remember you when something is missing in their life, but they rarely notice when something is missing in yours. And that truth feels the heaviest at night, when the world goes silent and you are left alone with your thoughts, wondering why you always show up for everyone, but no one shows up for you. This story begins in that exact darkness. In a small dusty village where life moved slowly and everyone knew each other lived a 20-year-old boy named Armin. He wasn't extraordinary. He didn't have big dreams or loud ambitions. He was simply known as the good boy, the one who never said no, the one who was always available. If someone needed help carrying heavy sacks of crops, Armin was there before they even finished asking. If someone wanted to borrow his bicycle for a short while that turned into days, he handed over the keys with a smile. If a neighbor needed someone to listen to their problems late at night, Armin would sit quietly for hours, nodding, comforting, understanding, even when his own work remained unfinished. Even when his body ached for rest, people praised him. Armin has such a kind heart. That boy will go far in life. He is different from others. But no one saw how every evening he returned home with tired eyes and an empty heart. His father had passed away years ago, leaving behind a small piece of land and a house filled with memories. His mother stitched clothes late into the night to support them. Sometimes she would look at him gently and say, "Son, you need to focus on your own future too. You can't keep putting yourself last." Armin would smile and reply, "I will do it later, Ma." Later felt easier than disappointing people. Later felt safer than risking rejection. Days turned into months. Months into years. Armin became the village's go-to person. But inside, something was slowly breaking. He felt exhausted, yet guilty for feeling exhausted. He felt unseen, yet afraid to stop being available. Then one afternoon, his close friend Samir came rushing to him. "Armin, I need urgent help harvesting my field. Before the weather changes. Please, I can't do it alone." Armin looked at his own small plot of land. It was half harvested. He had planned to finish it that day, but without thinking, he said yes. He left his own field unfinished and worked tirelessly in Samir's field until sunset. That evening, the sky darkened suddenly. Heavy clouds gathered, and within minutes, rain poured down fiercely. Armin ran toward his own field, heart pounding, but it was too late. The half-done crop was destroyed. The water flattened everything he had worked for. Samir's field, fully harvested, was safe. Armin stood barefoot in the mud, staring at what he had lost. His hands trembled. His chest felt tight. And the worst part, no one stood beside him. No one said, "I'm sorry." No one offered help. The silence around him was louder than the rain. That night, he couldn't sleep. His mind replayed the moment again and again. The yes, the rain, the loss, the emptiness. He walked toward the edge of the village where an old man named Hakim sat every evening under a dim lantern. Hakim was known for speaking little but seeing deeply. He had lived long enough to lose people, land, and illusions. Armin sat beside him quietly. After a few minutes, Hakim spoke without even looking at him. "You look like someone who gives too much and keeps nothing." Armin felt his throat tighten. For the first time, someone had seen through him. He whispered, "If I stop helping them, they will stop caring about me." Hakim turned his eyes toward him and said calmly, "Those who care only when you give are not caring. They are collecting." The words sank deep. Collecting. Collecting his time, his energy, his kindness, his availability. The next day, as expected, Samir came again. "Armin, can you help me repair the fence today?" Armin's heart began to race. His old habit screamed, "Say yes. Don't disappoint him." But a new voice, small yet firm, whispered, "Finish your own work first." For the first time in years, Armin hesitated. And then he said, "Not today. I need to complete my own field." The reaction was immediate. surprise, a slight frown, a cold tone. Oh, okay. That small change felt like an earthquake inside him. The village felt different that week. Fewer calls, fewer visits, fewer smiles. Loneliness came knocking at night, sitting beside him like an unwelcome guest. He questioned himself. Am I becoming selfish? Am I wrong? But something else began to change too. His work started getting done on time. His body felt less tired. He had evenings free to sit with his mother and drink tea. He began thinking about small goals for his future. His mind felt clearer. One evening, as they sat together, his mother looked at him and smiled softly. You look lighter these days, lighter. Not because life became easier, but because he stopped carrying everyone else's weight. Weeks passed. The crowd around him became smaller, but the conversations became deeper. The few people who still came didn't start with requests. They asked, "How are you?" They stayed even when he had nothing to offer. Armin began to understand something powerful. When you are available to everyone, you slowly become invisible. When you are always saying yes, people stop valuing your yes. And one evening, as he passed by Hakim's lantern, he didn't stop. Not because he was ungrateful, but because he no longer needed the lesson explained. He had lived it. He realized that being kind does not mean being constantly available. Helping others should not mean abandoning yourself. Sacrifice is noble, but self-erasure is not. He understood that choosing himself did not make him selfish. It made him responsible for his own life. And here is the truth for you if you feel tired without understanding why. If you feel drained even when you are doing good things, maybe it's because you have been everyone's solution but your own. You were not born to fix everyone. You were not born to carry every burden. You were not born to be liked at the cost of your own peace. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Protect your dreams. Because the world will take as much as you are willing to give. And if someone walks away when you finally say no, let them walk. Those who truly care will stay even when you have nothing to offer but your presence. Remember this deeply. The right people value you for who you are, not for what you provide. And sometimes the most powerful word you can learn is a simple, calm, unapologetic no. Not to hurt others, but to finally stop hurting yourself